members, this is Marcia. I have a strength, core, and stretch class prepared for you. All you need is a mat or whatever you are comfortable lying down on. Make sure you have a towel, make sure you have water. We do not need weights. We are going to start warming up our core a little bit. As always, if it is more comfortable for you to do your own little 10-minute warm-up, either walking or if you have a stationary bike, that's an awesome way to do it. If not, don't worry, we will get there together. Feet hip-width apart, arms overhead. If this is not comfortable for your shoulders, little bend in the elbows. With your hips nice and still, we are just going to sway side to side. As you come through the center, I want you to get some length before you go into the side bend. So inhale and then exhale. Good. So we want to get a little bit of space from the rib cage towards our hips. Do just one more. And we come up. Good. Release your hands. If you want padding, you're going to bring your right knee to the floor. Your left foot comes in front. Now, while we are kneeling, I want you to press that right hip to the front. Feel the quad, feel the hip flexor. Fingertips behind the base of the skull. We are going to rotate our upper torso, keeping our hips still. It's a little bit easier in this position to keep the hips still. Elbows nice and open to the side. I want you to start engaging your back. So that means shoulder blades down towards our hips. One more. And we release. Good. Both knees down, arms up. Let's sway again. We are kneeling this time. Up and over with length, with spinal length, with depth into that oblique. Two more. Keep breathing. Keep squeezing the glutes. And release. Excellent. Left knee stays. Right foot steps to the front. We are going to push that left hip forward. Let's do 8 total. So it's your count. It is your speed. I like to go a little bit slow so I can really feel my twist. I can really concentrate on my breath. I have 2 more. Keep the breath coming. And we release. We're going to come on all fours. Just a couple cat-cow stretches here to get a little spinal flexion going. And then length on the inhale. Exhale, squeeze your glute muscles, tuck that tailbone under. Remember that that is where you initiate this move. Here we go. Up. Good. Press the index finger and the thumb, the pads, into the floor. Bring the inside of your elbow to the front to engage our back. Last one. And then we push our hips back, we just lengthen our arms, stretching out the lats, the latissimus dorsi, those long muscles to both sides of our spine. They are vertical. Slowly coming up, we're going to come on our back. Continue to warm up that core because it's going to be crucial for our weight training, resistance training, to have that warmed up. Tabletop position here. Actually, bring your feet, to the edges of the mat. Let's go ahead and windshield wiper our knees. I am fairly warm, but if you are not, then we need to take care of our hips, our low back. Let's do one more. Good. Lift your feet, lift your knees, bring your knees towards your chest, tuck the tailbone under, feel the stretch in that low back. Tabletop position with the knees. Hands can be on the floor. On our inhale, bring your knees closer to the chest. On our exhale, push your knees either over the hips. Maybe they can come a little bit in front, but keep the connection low back to floor. Navel to spine, spine to floor. We're going to do 2 more. You can go at your own pace. You should feel the very low part of the pelvic floor here. That low abdomen is really, really working here, engaging, warming up. One more. Keep your knees, your feet in tabletop position. From here, we are just going to crunch up. Exhale on the way up. 4 more. Warming up that upper ab. 3, 2, and 1. Keep your head down. Now press your palms into your thighs and press your thighs into your palms. You're going to feel a lot of heat in the legs. You're going to feel heat in the core. Actually, it's the whole body, right? Come on, press harder, press harder. Hold, hold, hold. And we release, keeping the tabletop. We're going to come into a twist. Your effort is on the twist. That should be your exhale. Check your knees. Can they be over the hips, or do they need to come a little bit closer to your chest? 4 more. Here we go. Keep the elbows open. Get into a nice little twist. 2 and 1. Now lifting the chest a little bit. Do the same thing. Press the palms into the thighs, thighs into palms. Your legs might start to shake. That's a good thing. Press a little bit harder. Lift your chest a little bit higher. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And release. Good. Lift, twist to the right. Lift center. Twist to the left. Here we go. Center. Over to the right. That. Center again, and over to the left. As you twist, you want to twist from the obliques. Let your core work. This does not mean I'm collapsing my elbow in front of my chest. The elbows stay open. Give me last one, center. And we do a twist. Last one, palms into thighs. Here we go. Press, press, press. Come on, your final one. This is your 3rd one. Make it work, make it work, make it work. Press, breathe, and release. Head is down. Keep the arms away from the floor. We are tapping our feet nice and light. The closer the foot comes to the floor, the more that low back wants to act up and pull away from that floor, right? That's where your navel comes into play. Keep it pressed down. If it is too much with the arms off the floor, you can bring the arms on the floor. A little bit of pressure into the palms will take the pressure off that low back. Here we go. You can point your feet, you can flex your feet, doesn't matter. 4 more. Keep breathing. 3 and 2. Last one. Feet are down. Open them up to the edges of the mat. Bring your knees towards the center. Alrighty. Now, we're going to come up. I forgot part. I have it written down. Alrighty. Now, the next move, watch it before you do it. My right leg is extended. My left knee stays on the inside of my right thigh. My left arm is going to come on the floor. My right arm comes overhead. I'm going to lift, come into a sit-up, lift, and lower. All the while, keeping that left foot glued to the inside of that right knee. Now, if you feel you have your core strength, let that left arm come off the floor. Here we go. We have 3 more. Lift up, lift your chest here. You want to come up into that final sit-up with a straight spine, chest lifted towards the ceiling. Last one. And we release. Good. Lift your legs. Keep your hands on the floor. Nice. And relax for the neck, for the head, for the shoulders. Now we are lifting that tailbone up just slightly off the floor. I want to see the legs as still as they can possibly be. If you have the core strength and this is not hurting your low back, bring your hands your arms off the floor. Every time you lift that tailbone, you want to bring your belly button back down towards the spine. Don't push it out to the floor. One more. We release, bring your knees to your chest for one hug. We're going to go into the other side. So, right foot is on the inside of my knee. Left arm overhead, right arm. Start with the right arm on the floor. Coming up. And release. Again. You will get a lot of strength, a lot of power out of that right hand. Do you feel that? If you need to keep it, totally fine. If not, let's see if we can do it without that right arm. Up, lift, and lower. Give me three more. Breath. And release. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Last one coming up. Up. See if you can hold it. And we release. Good. Let's come on our belly. Let's get the back out of the way too. This is the other side of the core. I'm going to turn here. I'm going to grab some water. You can do the same if you need to. All right. Feet stay on the floor here. We're going to come on our belly. My hands are right in line with my chest. Elbows to the back. Start squeezing the glute muscles. Press into your palms. Come up just a little bit. Now release the shoulders away from the ears. Bring your shoulder blades down towards your hips. Keep looking down towards the floor. Try to lightly have your hands onto the mat. Not too much pressure. And we release. Good. The arms come overhead. Then they come into a bend through the elbows. Lift the chest. Keep the feet down. Bring your elbows down towards your hips. Open your chest. And we release. First one, baby cobra. Elbows to the back. Lifting the chest. Maybe you have a little more height that second time. Shoulders down. Hips are down. Glutes are squeezed. And we release. Second move. Arms overhead. As you lift your chest, bend your elbows. Bring your elbows down towards your hips. And we release. Give me one more. If you want to do more into your back bend, that first one, you can always come up a little bit higher, or you can come up all the way to the top of your feet. Keeping the chest open, keeping the shoulders down, squeezing the glutes. We release, nice and easy. Arms overhead, final one. Bending the elbows, bringing them to my hips. Squeeze everything in your back, your shoulder blades, your lats. Everything's tight. And we release. Good. That was the upper back. Really quickly. Arms are overhead. Bending the elbows. Our low back. So we are going to lift. And we're going to open. Hold. Close again. Open. If the closing of your feet and your legs puts too much pressure on your low back, don't close them all the way. Here we go. We have two more. And release. Try to keep your knees nice and straight, long through the legs. Open and hold. And close and release. All right. Gently bring yourself up. Knees are hip-width apart. We are just going to push ourselves back. You will feel a little bit of tension in that low back. Yes, those muscles have worked. So let's release. Now, push into your palms again. You will see that you can shift your weight a little bit more towards the back. Your hips are coming back. That should feel good. Now bring your forehead down to the floor, just like your arms come right next to the body, and we're releasing. So just a little bit more relaxation in that back. Hands are down slowly. Bring your head up above your heart, and then we're going to come to a standing, getting into our squats. Alrighty, now the feet are a little bit wider than hip width, toes slightly turned out. We do not want to overturn it out because then we're going to work the inside of our legs. So let's go halfway down just to warm up. Here we go, halfway down. Your hands can be off your thighs. If it is easier for your back, hold on to your thighs. All right, now inhale on the way down. Squeeze the butt and exhale on the way up. Your weight should be on your heels. 2 more. Coming up. And last one. Coming up. Alrighty, watch that move. Coming up. One leg lifts, the right leg lifts. My right hand presses into my thigh, thigh into the palms. Just like that move that we did for core. We're holding, we're pressing, we're pressing. Now we release, keep that right leg lifted, bring it behind you, kind of one of those runner squats. Down, and then we bring it up. 2 more, just 3 total. Keep the weight into your left heel. You want to really come into a bend into that left knee. 1 more. And we lift and we press, we hold, get some heat going into that quad. We release, 2 feet down. All right, back into our squats, all the way down with a hold, and then slowly up. We come down, we hold, slowly up. Your hips should be just a little bit above your knees. Here we go, 4. And hold. Press up, 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 up. Again, back and down. Through the heels, using the glutes. Down and hold. Bring it up. 1 more. We come down. We hold. We lift. We lift. Back down into our squat for a hold. Left leg up. Grow out of that floor. You want to get lots of height. Press that left palm into the thigh, thigh into the palm. Don't lose the balance like I did. If you do, just regain it. Here we go, left leg to the back, all the way into that right heel. Keep the chest lifted. You are coming over a little bit and then up, but don't drop the chest. Keep a little bit of tension between the shoulder blades. Up and hold. Pressing, pressing, holding. Grow out of that floor. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen your spine. Put your foot down. All the way down into your deepest squats. Little pulses. We're not coming up. Here we go. We're going for 16. Every time you lift, you squeeze your glutes. 2. Here we go for 8. Belly is tight. You give me 4 and 3 and 2. 1. Slowly up through the heels. Chest is lifted. Shake out the legs. Excellent. Other side, we're going to go straight into our runner squats. Alrighty, here we go. Lifting up. No press this time. Coming down and lift. Going just a little bit faster. We're going for some balance. The most important thing here is that you keep the weight into that left heel. As you come into that balance, remember it's really super duper important that you keep your focus on something that doesn't move. Last one, bring it up, we're going for a hold, opening up our arms, twisting to the right, hold, holds, bringing it back to the side, dropping everything, other side, going straight into it. Left leg lifts, bending that right knee, and lift. One side is going to feel a little more stable than the other. Just take your time, right? Focus, breathe. Think about your technique here, your core. Lots of bending into that right leg. We have 2 more left. We are almost there. Here we go. Bending and up. Last one. Remember, this is a lift and hold. Left leg lifts, arms open, turn towards the left. Keeping your arms in line with your shoulders. So depending on the twist is where your arms will end up. And we release. Good. Kick your butt with your heels a couple of times. Grab a little water. All right, hopefully everything is on fire back here, right? We're going to go into arms. Here we go. Now, before we come into the arms, I want you to just roll your shoulders up towards your ears, back behind you, and down. I'd like to see the knees soft. I don't want you to over tuck that tailbone. Here I am out of alignment. There's a little bit of navel to the spine. There's always tension in the glutes. Here we go. All we're going to do is keep the arms lifted, thumbs together, and then we circle down and the pinkies come together. Here we go. Up. It should not be higher than your chin. We have 4. Elbows soft. We go 2 and 1. Keep the elbows straight and just scissor the arms in front of you. We do want to make sure that our backs are straight, especially the upper back. Our knees are soft. We are moving the arms. We don't want to get into a moving of the hips, so our core is tight. Here we go. We have 4 and 3. Upper body still. And last one, release. Bending the elbows, forearms together, pinkies pointing towards each other, palms towards you. We're going to just do little lifts, nothing too high. Keep the tension in the forearms. My elbows do not open up. Yeah, delts are working, the upper part of your arms. Your biceps and triceps are working. You're not going to have much of a lift, which is good. We don't want to get too high into those shoulders yet. We will save that for last. Give me 4 and 3. Guess what? 2. Repeat the circles up, down, and 3. Keep the arms lifted. Keep the elbows lifted. 4 and 3. 2. Give me 2 more. Just 2 more. Here we go. We're going for number 10. And 10. Release. Now, start with your left arm on top. Left and left. And up. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing those biceps towards the center. Keeping the hands about now navel height. Nothing too high. Here we go. Keep breathing. Remember, from the waist down, that is the trunk of my tree. That is my stability. That is my foundation. Once that foundation is strong, that upper body can do just about anything. Here we go. 3 and 2 and 1. Bend the elbows and lift and lift. Now see if you can bring a little bit of pressure into those forearms. Yes. We will feel this. We do not need weights. You can keep your feet together if you want to open up your foundation a little bit more for more stability. Whatever feels good here. All right, the outside of your arms should be on fire by now. Right? 3 and 2. Final set. Here we go. Circles up. And 8. Going for 6. 4 more. Keep it going. and 2. Keep the breath coming. Last 1. Right and right. How straight are your elbows? How open is your chest? Do you still have a little contraction between the shoulder blades? Left, left, right, right. Right. And up. Is your upper body nice and still? Is your core working? Give me 4. And 3. Elbows tight. 2. Last 1. And release, bend and lift. Again, you should feel the arms by now. And 1, 8 more, we go. And 6. Give me 4. And 3. Almost there, almost there. Lift your elbows, bring the palms together. Again, pressure into the palms. You should feel the chest here, right? The upper arms. I am still making sure that my shoulder blades are down towards my hips. Keep the pressure, keep the pressure. Keep breathing. And we release, we shake it out. Good. Clasp your hands behind your back, recognizing when we come behind our back, we do have a tendency to stick the glutes out, tuck it under. All I want you to do is just lengthen the elbows straight. If you have the flexibility, you can lift your hands up a little bit away from the hips, keeping the belly in, keeping the tailbone tucked under slightly. And we release. Good. Shaking out those shoulders, the arms, whatever you need to do. Grab a little drink is always good. We're going to come into Plie Squats. So that means, right, opening up our toes. Again, nobody has turned out, very few of us turned out 180 degrees. Now, you need to check your knees. They need to go in the direction of your big toe. So, if you are here and you see your knees coming to the center, right, you are going to turn your toes a little bit more towards the center. Try it. Feel you coming into the squat. Ideally, my shoulders and my hips are stacked. I am pushing my knees to the back using the force of my inner thigh. We're going to hold it here. You can bring your hands on your thighs. Pulse it out. 2. Give me 4. Belly tight. Release and press the inner thighs back. Give me 4. Use the glutes. 2. And 1. Right heel up and pulse. And 4. Give me 4 more. Keep your chest lifted. And 2. And 1. Press it down from the beginning. And 3. Thighs, inner thighs. You should feel it. Here we go. And press. Nice and slow. You should not feel this in the knees, but you have to engage those inner thighs. You have to engage the glutes. And 2, and 1. Left heel, 8. As we get tired, we have a tendency to just kind of let those shoulders go. 2, but not here. Here we go, and 8. Keep yourself lifted. Give me 4, and 3. Inner thighs coming up, release and press for 8. And 6, belly tight. Give me 4, and 3. Our challenge coming up. We lift both heels. We pulse. And 2. 4 more. Keep your focus. Keep your core. And 2. And 1. Release. Hands on thighs. Walk your feet in a little bit. Hip width apart. We are going to bring the right leg back. Right? I would love to see your heel on the floor. Your toe and your heel are in line. Bring your weight forward. You should feel the calf stretching. Again, that will only happen if your foot is parallel, if it is turned out. gastrocnemius doesn't stretch the same way. Now, in that lunge position, lift up your right heel, tuck your tailbone under, pressing that right hip like we did in the beginning to the front. Feel the quad. Should feel good. A little stretch in between. Here we go. Railroad track. Totally parallel with that left foot. Press the left heel into the floor. Bring your body weight to the front. You should feel those two big calf muscles stretching. Lifting the left heel. Tucking under before you bring that hip to the front. Opening up those hips. We've probably all been sitting a little bit more than we normally do. We'll take care of that. All right. Going back into the arms, grab a little water. We are going to work our triceps. Coming behind our body, we're going to hinge. So that does not mean I am bending my knees and I am dropping my shoulders. It means shoulders up and back, hinging from the hip. Just push your hips back, keeping your upper body nice and long, diagonal, right tailbone to the crown of the head. Palms are up. We are going to lift. Here we go. Lift behind us. Elbows straight and 2. Palms together. We press and press. Give me 4 and 2. We circle out and then in. Make them small, right? Pretty much under the shoulders. And 2 and 1. We lift and press. Keep your belly tight. Keep your focus well in front of the feet. And 1. Palms are in. And now we've already worked those upper arms. Remember the circles. Remember the scissor move. Now we go in and in for our circles. Keep your neck long, extended through the spine, and last set, and lift. Come on, your last one. Make your core help you. Keep that low back safe. And 3, and 2, and 1. We circle whatever way. Now we circle back, other direction. 2 more. And we press, press. Give me 4 and 3. Excellent. Hands on the thighs. Now just relax your elbows. Give yourself a couple cat-cow stretches. We are going to actually do the biceps on the floor. But not yet, because I do want to do lunges. Don't want to forget that. All the way up. Good. 2 parts to our lunge. We're kind of coming back into, remember, that runner's squat. Now, we are going to lengthen everything. So that means my right leg comes back, my left knee bends, and my right arm comes overhead. Right here. Then we come back up. If you have to, in between, you got to put that right foot down. Put it down. Not a big deal. Own pace. That is the first part. We are going to come up into that extended lunge with a deep knee bend. Now put that right foot down behind you. Come into a lunge twist to the left. And come up from here back into the knee lift. All right, do we have to move? Let's try it. You can always look at me. First one, right knee lifts. Right leg back, right arm comes overhead. Deep knee bend. Put that right foot down. Remember the railroad track. You don't want to narrow that platform. Twist to the left. Stay in the lunge. Come back up out of it. Here we go. Come into that big knee bend. Arm overhead. Put the right foot down. Lunge twist. Untwist. And then lift. So I would love to see you stay into the lunge before you come back up out of the lunge into the knee lift. So right here, untwist, stay in the lunge, bring it up. Good. Here we go. Length. Now press that foot back, making sure the right toes are there for my balance. My left heel, my left foot is my power. That left heel works overtime for me to come out of that lunge. This is our last one. And length. Coming back into our twist, I want you to stay in the lunge. Untwist, arms to the side. If you want, you can hold it, the lunge, or you can tap the right knee softly into the mat 3 times. Left knee in the direction of the little toe. We come up, exhale, release, shake it out. A lot of work, full body. Finishing that off here before we come back to the floor. Remember, left leg is working, right leg back. Here we go. So I am already starting feet hip width apart. Right leg, left leg. Yes, right leg is my standing. Left leg comes back. Put it down, twisting to the right. Here we go. From the low lunge, up. Get your balance. Length. Put it down. Open up that left foot a little bit to the side. Don't come in to a curtsy. Makes it a lot harder. Put it down. Come into your lunge and here we go, a nice twist. Here we go again. Hup. Do you feel the power? Whoops, I did that wrong. We need to go back. Sorry. We stay in the lunge. Lift the chest. Here we go again. Hup. And back. We didn't bring that knee up, but I was going to stay in my squat. And that's not how I should do it. Here we go. Up, 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 lift. 2 more left, everyone. Keep going, keep going. Back, back. Down. And twist. Watch that right knee. Last one. Hup. Coming in to that big forward dip with my chest. Lunge, holding. If you want, 3 taps. You don't have to. Last one, hands on that right thigh. Whew, I felt that. Water, coming on the floor. We are actually going to do our biceps on the floor, which is pretty neat. So, on our back, my knees are going to come over to the right. I'm lying down. My right hand, again, we are going to use the power of that palm, right? Left hand onto the top of your left thigh. You want to stabilize those legs. They do not want to wobble back and forth. If you have to, just watch my right arm on the floor as I come up. Really grab that right leg. Elbow over shoulder, shoulder over elbow. Really press into that right thigh with your right hand. And then we release and we come down. So up, squeeze, hold, slowly down. Again, up, squeeze that bicep muscle, hold, coming down. So we're coming up into a sit-up, using that core. Remember, the core never ever goes away. That is your stability. That is to keep that body in line, keeping that back nice and healthy. We have 2 more. Here we go, bringing it up, 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 squeeze. Last one, up, and hold, and hold. And we release. Come on your back, Open up your feet hip width apart. Come into a bridge. Your palms are on the floor. Your glutes are lifted. Now bring the upper thighs together towards the center. Here we go. Squeeze without dropping the hips. You feel the inner thigh. You feel that whole band on the upper thigh, right? Front, back, abductor, adductor, outer and inner. Here we go. Give me 4, 3. We're going to hold the squeeze on 1. Coming up right here. Hold the squeeze. Feel it, feel it. The breath. Open up the knees. Drop the hips. Bring your knees to your chest. If you have to kind of rock side to side, go for it. We're going to come into the other side. I am switching so that you can see what the front arm is doing. Knees over to the left. It's my left bicep working this time. The right hand kind of stabilizing my knees. So here we go. Press that palm into the thigh. Come up for a hold. Slowly down. Everything is controlled. Up and hold. Really grab that left thigh and release. Your effort is here on the up. That should be your exhale. And rolling down. Again. Get that power out of that bicep, out of that core simultaneously. And release. We have a few more. Up. And hold. And squeeze. And release. 2 more. Up. Hold, hold. Release. And roll down. Last one. Up. Squeeze. Slowly release. Good. We're going to come back into our bridge, but I want the feet to be closer to the hips. So ideally, your hands should touch the back of your feet, your ankles. Working the quad a little bit more, bringing it up, bring the hips up. Now press into your heels. Don't bring all that weight into the shoulders, right? We want to distribute that weight. Hold, hold. See if you can bring your hips a little bit higher. And then bring the hips down. Good. Walk the feet away from the hips just a little bit. Squeeze the glutes again. You're coming up into your third and final bridge. If you want, you are welcome to clasp your hands under your low back. Kind of walk up onto the tricep by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep lifting. Now untangle the arms. Let the shoulder blades even out. Rolling the hips down. And then lift the feet. Bring the knees over to the left. Keep that right shoulder blade into the floor. Move through the center, bringing the knees over to the right. You feel a little bit of a low back twist. You should feel the psoas muscles relaxing. And then we release. All right, our final part, shoulders. I am combining that with core. So you will feel those shoulders burn, which is what we want. Alrighty, come into your plank. Anything we do, we can do on our knees as well. Alright, but I would like to see you come up on your hands. Let's do our first plank, just a hold. Right, find our stability. I would like to see your hips slightly lower than your shoulders. Remember, the index and the thumb pads are on the floor, taking a little bit of that pressure off the wrists. Don't release your elbows. You want to straighten them and bring the biceps and the inside of your elbows to the front. Your gaze should be a little bit in front of the fingertips. Your thighs are pulled up towards your hips. Everything is at work here. And then we come on our knees. You can stretch out the back a little bit if you want. We are coming back into a plank. Again, this can be on your knees. We are going to shift our weight forward and back. You're going to feel the front working and pulling. Be careful that you do not let that low back come towards the floor. Here we go. we go. Shift our weight front, so I'm up on my toes, and then I come back. It's a small move. We do 2 more. Front, navel to spine. Remember that never changes. Last one, front and back. From our plank position, soften the elbows. Bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Back to plank. Left knee to left elbow. Elbows to the back and soft. 2 more. And release. And front. And release. Good. Holding the plank. Going into our second shifting. Weight is forward. And back. Shoulders should start to feel a little bit of a burn here. Last one, third, and down. Twist your mountain climber. Right knee to left elbow. Shift. 2 more. Up. And release. Last one. Stay with it. We have 1 more set coming up. We hold. We shift. Forward. And release. Feel the arms. Here we go. 3rd set. Lactic acid. Here we go for power. And a little bit of tempo. Knee, knee, hop, hop. Keep your shoulders over your hands. We go 4. And 3. Give me 2. Last one. Knees down. Feel the arms, feel the shoulders. Alrighty, just push your hips back. Release your head. Elbows are soft. And slowly come up. Good. Stay on your knees, on your feet. Arms up. Here we go. Just palms, bringing them up and down. Final shoulder. Give me 4, we're almost there. 3, I have a nice long stretch for you. And diagonal. Up and up. So we're coming overhead now. I like to do my shoulders last because they do assist and stabilize in everything else. Right? Whether we do bicep, tricep, it is all there to help you. Here we go. The shoulders are little circles. Hop. So if I look at you from the side, my arms are still slightly in front of me. Circle back. Here we go. And when we do circles, our core is challenged. We do have a tendency to kind of let that back go. Keep it tight. Hop. Diagonal to the front. Keep breathing. Give me 4. If this is not comfortable for your position, you can come up. You can come to a standing. Here we go and back. Out of the corner of your eye, do you see your arms, your hands moving slightly in front of you? 4, 3, and 2. Final set. Here we go. So my palms are coming to the back, which means pinky up to the ceiling, thumb towards the floor. And 1. We go 1 more diagonal. Up. Oh yeah. Hopefully everybody's going to feel it like I will tomorrow. Give me 4. Give me 2. Last one. Release. All right. How about we stretch that, right? Should feel nice and tight. Open up the knees. Set the hips back on your heels. If they don't touch, it's fine. They don't have to. Extend your arms overhead. And then walk the hands off to the right. Maybe the left hand can come on top of the right. Take a few breaths. So I want you to find a length again from that left shoulder all the way down to the hip. let's put some music on, right? Alrighty, let's walk the hands back over to the center. My left arm comes underneath my right. My left ear comes towards the floor, so we're getting into shoulder stretch, delt. If I push my left shoulder actively towards the left, I can feel the triceps stretching. Now bring the left palm towards the floor, right? A little higher up into that delt, a little bit closer towards the shoulder. Now we release. You can grab a towel if you have the flexibility. You're going to clasp your hands behind you. Forehead is down on the floor. Then maybe you can lengthen the elbows. Maybe you can bring your arms up. Again, we are going for that shoulder stretch. Slowing down our breathing. Releasing, arms overhead. They're going to walk off to the left. If they just want to stay next to one another, that is fine. This is a lateral stretch. If you want more, you can bring that right hand on top of the left. Take a couple deep breaths in and out through the nose. Arms overhead. Keep the left where it is. Thread the needle with the right. The right palm is up. And now bring the right palm down. Again, just a little bit of difference in that hand movement makes a big difference in where you are stretching. And then release. Again, you can stay on your knees or you can sit down, whatever is comfortable for your knees here. I want lots of length in your spine, and what I want you to do is just bring your right ear to your right shoulder. You should be looking straight ahead, and you should feel the stretch on the left outer side of your neck. Now I'm tucking my chin under, and I am looking towards my left hip. I feel the right side kind of in the back. That is your shrugging muscle, your levator muscle. From the base of your the right side of your skull to the right shoulder blade. Circle the chin through the center until you have your left ear to the left shoulder. Nice opening here through that right side. And then I am tucking my chin under, looking towards my right hip. Nice and soft through the breath. And then we release. All I want you to do is bring your shoulders up and back and then reverse. We're not done stretching yet. We're going to come on our back. Let's open our hips. Left ankle comes on top of the right knee. My hands behind my right thigh. And then bring your knees towards your chest. My left toes are flexed. It's a little gentler on the kneecap. My left elbow can gently push into the left inner thigh for more hip opening. And then we release. Grab the back of that left thigh. Just circle your ankles a couple of times in both directions. And then lengthen your right leg and bring your left knee towards your left shoulder. So not straight, just a little bit over to the diagonal. Tuck your tailbone under, press your low back into the floor. Good. You can bring your right foot on the floor. You can keep your right leg long. On the exhale, you are going to hold on to the back of that left thigh, tuck your tailbone under, and lengthen that left leg. What are you feeling? Back of the leg, the hamstring. Let's play with the foot. Let's flex it. You're going to feel more of a stretch in the back of the leg, into the hamstring, into the calf. If you need a band here or a towel, you can bring it right around the bottom of your foot. Here we go. Hold on to that left foot, either with your right hand or with a towel. I am going to bring that left leg across my body. So we're in a little bit of an uncomfortable twist here. My left shoulder is down. I'm feeling the outside of my left hip, my IT band, stretching. See if you can release some stress somewhere in your body on every exhale. Release. Let's come into the other side, and then we'll come into our final twist. So right ankle on top of the left knee, toes are flexed, hands behind the left thigh, and gently press into the right inner thigh with your left elbow if it feels good. Good. Left foot can be down. The leg can be long. Remember to lengthen that right hamstring on the exhale, keeping the tailbone down, still engaging our core here. And then our right foot comes across our body, over to the left, anchor that right shoulder down. This is the stretch for our IT band that we generally like to rush through because it is not very comfortable. It's that rope-like muscle. It's tight. We usually strengthen, but not stretch it enough. So let's give it a little bit of a break. Give it a couple breaths. And then we release, staying on our back. My right leg is going to cross over my left. We're not bringing the legs to the left, we're bringing them to the right. You're going to feel the outer left hip stretching. You're not going to have a large range of motion. That's okay. Just keep breathing. All right, keep the legs where they are. You might want to watch this. This is for your low back. We are going to bring our knees now over to the left. And with my right hand, I am going to grab that left foot. With my left hand, if you want to, you can gently push the right leg a little bit closer towards the floor. This is all up to you. Where it feels comfortable for you, where does it feel too much, where do I need to back up a little bit? And then we release. We are going to bring our right leg across. No, our left leg. Yep, left leg across. Legs coming over to the right, so I'm getting into that left side. Good. Just kind of uncross the top leg. Grab the right foot with my left hand. Right, so we are in that little bit uncomfortable pretzel stretch. Breath should be coming into our sternum, into our chest. Right hand can put a little bit of pressure on that left leg. You don't have to. This should be comfortable. And then we release. bring yourself up into a seated position. I hope everybody enjoyed our hour together. We have quite a library at this time on J Connect. It is on our Facebook page. You have to scroll all the way down to the bottom. If you need help, you know Jenny Crow and Lynn Andy are always there to answer your questions. I hope everybody is doing well, and we'll see each other soon, either virtual or in person.